What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii and I'm back again here to bring you guys yet another video, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a little bit of an informational video regarding something that is going to be occurring later on down the track within One Piece Treasure Cruise, the app. It's a really cool game. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to go check all the links in the description down below where you can go download the game for yourself. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about a specific event that will be happening towards the end of April. I believe that this event will actually become live, which will be the event where we are able to recruit Mihawk, Hawkeye Mihawk, to our units, and that's going to be an amazing pickup just in general, because Mihawk is honestly one of the best units in the game regarding attack wise, and it's probably in the top 3 dex units to get in the game. So definitely you want to make sure that you are getting this character when he comes out, because it is going to be a 24-hour dungeon, so you'll only get 24 hours to complete the dungeon and get him on your team. So anyways, before we get into it, there's just something that I would like to say. I want to say a big thank you to Boris Anime. He did help me a little bit throughout the process of, deciding what I should put into this video. So anyways, I'll leave a link down below so you can check out Boris's channel. He's got really good One Piece Treasure Cruise content, and if you haven't seen it before, make sure to go over and check it out and say hello. But anyways, guys, let's get straight into today's video. So before we get into the dungeon itself and what you'll need to prepare for, let's talk about the unit itself. In what is Hawkeye Mihawk? Like, what kind of stats does this man have? So let's have a look at his 4-star version first. So starting things off, the 4-star version is called the Dracula Mihawk version. At level 1, he has a health of 324, 201 attack, and 1 recovery. And at level 70, he has nearly 2k health, 814 attack, and 7 recovery. Now that is a big thing regarding slasher units, is that they don't really have much recovery at all, so that is one thing to watch out for, but definitely the attack and health make up for that, as in, look at that health. Even its 4-star version at level 70, 2k health and 800 attack is pretty decent, with the captain effect of a 2x boost attack to slasher types of your crew, and a special ability is to decrease the health of all of your enemies by 30%, which is actually a really cool special ability as well. But even though this is a really great unit, its 5-star version just is so amazing. It is actually so amazing, its 5-star form. So let's go and have a look at the 5-star form of Dracula Mihawk. So the 5-star Dracula Mihawk version is called Hawkeye Mihawk Black Sword. Now, with the level 1 version of this unit, you get nearly 2k health and 700, nearly 800 attack and 5 recovery. So the level 1 version of this 5-star form is about just as good as your 4-star form. However, when you do level it up all the way up to level 99, the stats are as follows. So health at nearly 4k, you have attack at 1285 and recovery at 15. The captain effect is very much the same, however it's a 2.5 times boost of slashes instead of 2 times, and its special ability is the same as its 4-star form, reducing enemies' health by 30%. So in general, you can already see by the stats that it's giving off here, and its special ability and captain effect, that this unit is very formidable and a very strong slasher / dex unit to have in your arsenal, and definitely one that a lot of people are looking to get. So now that we've had a look at the unit in itself, let's go and check out the dungeon and what you should expect throughout the dungeon trying to receive Hawkeye Mihawk. Now, getting into the dungeons itself, there are 2 types of dungeons that you can choose to go for, either the 30 stamina stage or the 40 stamina stage. Now, the 30 stamina stage is a little bit different to the 40 stamina in the fact that you will not always get the drop of Mihawk in the 30 stamina stage. However, if you do choose to do the 40 stamina stage, you will always get the drop if you do end up taking out Mihawk. Now, having a look at the 30 stamina stage first, as I said, it is not a 100% drop rate, and the stats of this Mihawk that you'll have to take on is 590,000 health, which is massive, and 5,000 attack. So if he does get a chance to attack, he's going to be dealing 5,000 damage to you, which is crazy. His abilities is that preemptive strike, dealing 2,000 damage. So as soon as you get to him, he's going to deal 2,000 damage. And so that's something that you really have to take into account with your team, is to basically account for the amount of damage that you are going to be taking, and to make sure that your team can deal with that and can take out Mihawk as quick as possible, because his special move deals 10,000 damage to your team, which is massive. It's a huge chunk of damage. If not all of your health will be taken out in that one shot there. But he'll only start spamming his special move once he gets to about 20% or lower health, so you gotta make sure that you have some serious burst in your team so you can burst and kill him at that lower health range. Something that is exclusive to the 30 stamina stage is that you have a chance of getting a green teenage turtle drop, which is actually pretty good, considering that Mihawk is a dex unit, so if you do get the drop of Mihawk, you can also, you know, spend a turtle on him to rank him up a little bit better. So the recommended teams for the 30 stamina stage of Mihawk is to use the VV and Laboon combo, which is the most common combo to use, where VV will heal 3 times your recovery after every turn, and Laboon's ability being that if your health is above 50%, you'll always live on 1 HP from a strike or a hit or something like that. And then you can organize your team correctly so that you literally cannot die. You can't die against Mihawk with this team. So you got to make sure you have that team set up properly with the right levels and the right other units as well. You can also go ahead and use the VV Zoro combo. Now basically it's the same sort of ideal, except that Zoro has to be at full health in order to use his ability, and it's something about reducing damage by like 80% or something like that. So not as good as the Laboon VV combo. But VV Zoro is definitely a formidable team, and obviously Luffy Gear 3 with that 12.25 times boost. If you have 2 Luffy captains at Gear 3, it will do so much damage to Hawkeye Mihawk that it will probably take him out within probably 2 or 3 turns, maybe 2 turns I would say. So if you can organize your team correctly around that, then you should be able to take him out reasonably easy. And finally, moving on to the 40 stamina stage. Now, as I said, you will always get the drop of Mihawk if you do end up beating him on the 40 stamina stage. Now, even though this is the 100% drop rate, he will be a lot more difficult to take out. So, his stats are as follows. His health is 1,180,000, which is pretty much double the 30 stamina stage. And the attack is also double the 30 stamina stage at 10,000 attack damage, which is crazily good. And his ability is the preemptive strike of 4,000 damage. So as soon as you meet him, he's going to deal 4,000 damage to your team. So he is just such a strong unit and a really hard unit to take down. His special move is dealing 25,000 damage to your team, and the special spam will only occur, obviously, once you reach 20% or lower health on the Mihawk, so you got to make sure that you have that burst damage to take him out. Now, different to the 30 stamina stage, you have different exclusives. You have a chance of getting a green crab and a green pirate penguin as your recruit, or you can get a chance of an elder seahorse recruit as well, which is actually a really cool one to get. Recommended teams against the 40 stamina stage, the huge powerhouse that Mihawk is. I would definitely recommend the VV Laboon combo because it could just deal with this dungeon really easily, and you will pretty much guaranteed to win if you have your team set up correctly with the leveling and your other units as well. I still recommend Luffy Gear 3 as well for this stage as well, because Luffy Gear 3 just has so much damage output, and because if you can set up your team correctly, having, you know, a lot of strength units, you can take out Mihawk very quickly, because Dex characters have that weakness to the strength characters, and Luffy obviously is a strength character. You can run 4-star Arlong, 4-star Alvida. So there's a variety of characters that you can run with a lot of HP, and they also have a lot of attack as well. And along with that 12.25 times boost, and you can even have the 1.2 or the 1.5 times boost with your Merry Go as well. So all of that in all, you can take out Mihawk reasonably quickly with the Luffy Gear 3 team. So that is going to conclude yet another episode of the One Piece Treasure Cruise, and today we're looking obviously at the Mihawk preparation. This is something you really need to prepare for. Definitely recommend getting the Mihawk unit when it drops inside the global version, because I know this has already been out for a very long time in the Japanese version. I think they've actually had a re-release of Mihawk, another re-release of his island coming out very soon, or if not, it already has been. So definitely recommend preparing for Mihawk, because as I said, it is one of the best units to get, one of the best slashes, one of the best dexterity units to get in the game, and he's also classified as a legendary as well. And what's not cool to have another legendary in your team? I mean, you know, Shanks, Ace, and a Mihawk, that'd be pretty crazy. And I think that a lot of people are really just after Mihawk just because of that, you know, collector's value that he has, and just the fact that he is such a very strong unit as well. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. And if you guys have, make sure to click that like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more episodes of One Piece Treasure Cruise, then make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.